What's up, everybody? It's a Zoe. We back at it again for part 4 of creating a Legends roster with high school seniors from the class of 99 all the way to the present day. Tonight we starting off with Andrew Luck from Stanford, the $100 million kid. Dude had an excellent career in college. Just don't know why he didn't win the Heisman. But not winning the Heisman doesn't mean you're not going to turn out good in the NFL. Because RG3 won the Heisman that year, and we see how he done turned out. But Andrew Luck gonna have a short career too if the Indianapolis Colts don't get him an offensive line, man. Dude take too many hits. That's why he done missed down there the whole season. But dude, I like Andrew Luck. He's a good quarterback. I like him. He's supposed to be the future of the NFL, but the way he's getting banged up, they might have to give that mantle to somebody else. I just know he had one of the hardest jobs ever for an athlete, and that was to come in and replace a legend, Peyton Manning. So that's why I say I think dude has did good, because that's hard replacing a legend, just like Aaron Rodgers had to replace Brett Favre. That was hard to do, but dude, Aaron Rodgers did it. This was Jim Harbaugh's best recruit, Andrew Luck. Next up, Mike Glennon. He's a very tall quarterback. Pay that man all that money to go to the Chicago Bears, man. He didn't do nothing in his career, and he still got paid all that money. That guy dude like $45 million, man, for 3 years, man. And dude's not worth. He's not worth that money. He had a subpar career at NC State. I didn't really care for him too much. But like I said, we're gonna rewrite history and just see what he do on the game. See if he gonna be crap on the game like he is in real life. The dude was a first round draft pick and everything. That's what be crazy, man. He didn't really do nothing in college to me to be a first round draft pick. He just got good height, but at the same time, being 6'6" doesn't mean shit either when you're in the league. I've never really seen too many successful quarterbacks that are 6'6", but we'll see. Next up, Landry Jones from Oklahoma. It's kind of crazy how his career done went. When he first got to Oklahoma, Blake Bell was the starting quarterback. And they ended up moving him to, fullback? And now he plays tight end in the league. But Landry Jones had to sit behind him. Then he started those few years and lost his job to Baker Mayfield. So Landry Jones ended up at I can't think of where he ended up at. I can't think right at this second. Did he go Texas A&M? Yeah, I think that's where I seen him go to, Texas A&M. Cause Kenny Hill transferred to TCU. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Had to get my thoughts together real quick. Lance Jones was a good quarterback, but he couldn't win Bob Stoops the big game. But we're going to see how his career plays out on this NCAA. Like I said, the whole process of what I'm trying to do is replace everybody on the Madden with all of my players. So no matter how many seasons it takes, that's the goal. I don't know why I always play with that kickoff return. Like, they never gonna let the quarterback on kickoff return. And I still be messing with the stat or the rating. Next up, Marquise Great. He ended up signing on in Cincinnati. I don't know what happened to his career after that. But obviously, he was a good quarterback because he was very highly ranked coming out of high school. He's out of Indianapolis. Indianapolis got good football. My little cousin used to play for Ben Davis. He was all district. He played for Ben Davis when they was winning all those championships in the early 2000s. He was a part of that team that had the quarterback James Banks, who ended up going to Tennessee. Like I said, I really don't know a lot about Marquise Great, but he's on the game. His throwing power is already good. Damn, dude might be trouble on the game. Look, he's already at 86 after I just did the first go around on the stats. Jordan Jefferson. This guy was so terrible for LSU. He the reason why the coach got fired, man. Because of players like him, man. He couldn't put them over the top, so he cost his coach the job in the long run. Jordan Jefferson was terrible, man. Dude couldn't complete a pass to save his soul, man. I used to sit there and just watch dude, man, be all nervous in the pocket. Couldn't complete the simple passes, little 5 yard outs, little drags and slants. Dude couldn't hit none of them. I used to be like, damn, why is he out there on the field? What Jordan Jefferson did at LSU is what, like, them owners and white owners in the NFL have always said about black quarterbacks. They are very athletic, but when it comes to decision making, they are not the best decision makers. And when you hear stuff like that, you're like, oh man, they just being racist and stuff like that. But then when you see a person like Jordan Jefferson do the exact thing that they say, it kind of make you be like, damn, they got a point a little bit. But they look at it like one bad apple spoils the bunch. But it don't in this case. But he make it hard to argue against, though, I'll tell you that much. On next, Jacory Harris was supposed to be the quarterback to take my team, the Miami Hurricanes, back to the promised land. They was just dealing with a lot of shit. They had sanctions. Miami always done did some more off the wall stuff though, man. But Jacory Harris, he was a decent quarterback. He was okay. Even though Randy Shannon got fired for the things that was going on off the field, Jacory Harris still was a little part of the reason why he got fired too. Players just don't pan out the way the experts predict. And you put a lot of pressure on players when you do things like that too. When you call them the savior, you make a player press real hard when he's under that type of scrutiny and under that type of microscope where every move is being watched. But at the same time, stuff like that's what make a great player too, quarterback, or if we must say, mental fortitude. Gotta have a strong mental to play quarterback, man. Got to. You are the leader on the field. You carry the most weight out of any position in any sport. Playing quarterback has the biggest burden than any position. Collin Klein, he was okay quarterback at Kansas State. He was in the Heisman running. He was like number 2 in the Heisman voting. He had a nice old little career. Played under Bill Snyder. You know, he been at Kansas State for like damn near as long as like Joe Paterno was at Penn State. It's crazy they let a man that old still coach, but I guess he still got it. But Kansas State always done kept a decent quarterback who just came out the clear blue and make headlines. The first one I can remember that I know of was Michael Bishop back in the, I want to say, late 90s, or was it early 2000s. But Michael Bishop, he was a decent quarterback. He made the NFL. Then Josh Freeman, he played for Kansas State. He had a decent little career because he ended up being a top 20 pick in the draft. My man, Kirk Cousins, do you like that? What I can honestly say about Kirk Cousins from Michigan State, when I used to watch him play in college, I didn't think he was going to turn out to be what he is in the league. He had kind of like a sporadic career at Michigan State. But that was very bold of Mike Shanahan to draft him and RG3 in the same year. But Kirk Cousins turned out to be a nice old little quarterback, man. Washington need to pay him, man. They need to pay dude. If y'all paying Mike Glennon, if he getting 45 million out here from the Bears, and he ain't never did nothing in his career, Kirk Cousins deserve his money. Matthew Stafford just re-signed a new deal. Ryan Tannehill got 100 from Miami. Y'all need to give that boy his money, man. Dude deserve that money. Without him, Washington wouldn't be in no games. Even though he's been the reason too why they done lost some games too, but dude's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not on the Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers level. You know, it's only like 4 elite quarterbacks in the league. Then you got very good quarterbacks, which would be like, it would be what Kirk Cousins would fall under. Him, Cam Newton, they fall into that category. Andrew Luck. So that's why you need to pay Kirk Cousins that money, because of the rest of the quarterbacks in the league is just above average or just average quarterbacks. You can put Ben Roethlisberger on the elite quarterback level too. Next up, EJ Manuel from Florida State. This was a wasted pick by the Buffalo Bills, picking him in the first round. Sometimes we wonder who be evaluating these players, man. Cause dude was not first round talent. But I guess it'd be just depending on the year you come out, how many quarterbacks is in the class. But him and Christian Ponder, the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings messed up on those picks right there. He lucky he went to the league because Jameis was going to take his spot, man. Jameis was ready to take his spot. He lucky he went to the league. But one thing I will credit EJ Manuel with, he was part of that resurgence, Jimbo Fisher, of getting Florida State back to the top, though. You know, football is just better when certain teams are good. And Florida State's one of those teams that need to be good. Florida State, Miami, Notre Dame, Penn State. Certain teams need to be good every year. Like Nebraska, they get back to their winning ways. Since they hired Scott Frost, they get back to their winning ways. Big 12 gonna be in trouble. Especially if Scott Frost can get the athletes that he wants. And if they go back to that power run game, ain't nobody stopping that, man. I sat there and watched Scott Frost when he was the quarterback for Nebraska, him and Tommy Frazier, how they used to annihilate opponents, man, rushing for 500 yards a game. Stuff that you could do on the video game. Darron Thomas from the Oregon Ducks. Now this is the example of a player who played in a hell of a system. Because dude was an average quarterback. He just had hell of an athletes playing with him. So when he did get to the league, his deficiencies showed up real quick. Plus, he never should have left college early. He should have stayed one more year. But I guess because Mariota was doing his thing in practice, dude had to go out and go, man. Plus, he felt like it was his best chance because they made it to the championship game against Auburn and lost to Cam Newton. So, dude called himself, I guess, leaving on a hot streak. But when he first got to Oregon, he was the backup to Jeremiah Masoli, who was actually a good quarterback, but dude couldn't stay getting out of trouble, man. He couldn't stop from getting in trouble, man. Dude was balling at Oregon, but dude was a problem off the field, so they had to let him go. And Masoli ended up at Ole Miss. But back to Darron Thomas. That's how he ended up becoming the starter because of what happened to Masoli. That's when Oregon had Michael James and all them cats. When they was out there burning rubber. Speed kills, man. I remember when teams used to fake. I remember when teams would be playing defenses against Oregon. They would have a player fake like he was hurt just so they could stop the ball, man, because Oregon, they was hiking the ball in like 10 seconds, man. Feeling good tonight, man. It's ready to be Christmas, you know. Kids is asleep. Got the presents under the tree. You know, I'll be excited for them. I hope they enjoy what they got. But next up is RG3, Heisman Trophy winner from Baylor. Now, it was cool that this man won the Heisman, but his career in the NFL was so crazy, man. It was just weird that I seen him on First Take. No, it wasn't First Take I seen him on. Was Yeah, I seen my man on First Take about a week ago, man. That just tripped me out that a Heisman Trophy winner, then the Offensive Rookie of the Year is no longer in the league. I don't know if Washington didn't handle him right or if his ego got in the way, but a lot of things happened. Dude's teammates was giving up on him, letting him get sacked and shit. And dude was a very, very unique player. But one of the things, too, that started hurting his career, because dude wanted to be a drop back passer. And his skills don't allow him to be at. Mike Shanahan and them knew what they was doing with dude. But dude wanted to start being the prototypical quarterback. Because he wanted to go against the grain, the narrative that black quarterbacks can't throw the ball. So he wanted to be one of the black quarterbacks like Warren Moon who could sit in the pocket. Man, Warren Moon was bad. RG3, he's not no Warren Moon, but he's a great player in his own right because of his athleticism. Dude had world-class speed, and You seen what it looked like when dude just let his athleticism take over. Dude was a beast. I hope he get picked up again though. He had a shitty little run at Cleveland. Dude just injury prone, man. Dude's psyche is messed up. So dude need to get all of that together, man. I guess before a team decide they want to pick him. Make sure I put the knee brace on him. That's only right. That's only right. Let's ball out. Oh wow. They got him already kind of zooped up as an athlete almost. Damn. Oh shit. And I just added a little bit more to him, so dude gonna be kind of explosive out there. Up next, my man Matt Barkley from my squad, USC. All I know is dude should have left his junior year. He would have been a top 10 pick. He never should have came back to school for a senior year. But I understand though that he wanted to come back and win because his first 3 years at USC, they was on probation. Dude, them couldn't go to no bowl games and stuff like that. But Matt Barkley, he was nice. Came from a good school, high school, modern day. They got a long line of quarterbacks too, man. Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart. They did all right. And also, they had Ty Marinovich. If anybody know anything about him, man, dude was supposed to be the baddest thing ever to step on the field, man. His daddy used to do some old crazy stuff, man. Y'all thought LeVar Ball was crazy, man. Nah, his daddy was crazy. Ty Marinovich's daddy was crazy too, man. They uh they used to call Marinovich Robo QB because his daddy had him on a strict diet. His daddy had been training dude ever since he was like 6 months old, man. Dude got hit with a lot of pressure. But Matt Barkley's NFL career has hasn't been too pleasant. Hope he can get it together though, but it remains to be seen. Still got some years left. But he should have came out his junior year. He would have had a nice old little nest egg. Gilbert from Texas. He was like a top 5 QB coming out of high school. His career didn't pan out at all at Texas. But Texas was going through some things though. Mac Brown, they had to let him go and everything. Because Mac Brown wasn't recruiting the best players no more. Cause if you think about it, he let Johnny Manziel and RG3 go to different schools. And both of them ended up winning the Heisman. So when you look at things like that, then to go along with the simple fact that Texas was losing while Baylor and Texas A&M was winning, when boosters weren't having that, that's why they got rid of Charlie Strong's ass. Charlie Strong, he should have never went down there anyway. Because I knew he wasn't going to last long. People like Charlie Strong don't need to be at big schools like Texas. He's good where he's at now, at USF. But he should have stayed at Louisville. He'd have been the king. But now Tom Jurich is gone. No telling what would have happened. But Gary Gilbert ended up transferring and everything. So his career didn't pan out the way he was predicted to do. Whoa, that's what's up. Like I said, everybody on the game's gonna be 85 or better. Wherever they land at on their ratings is where they land at. Up next, Tajh Boyd from Clemson. He had a nice career. I liked him. He just couldn't get Clemson over the top like Deshaun Watson could. But Tajh Boyd wasn't no slouch. Give me a drink of water real quick. So what y'all think about Clemson being in the playoff again, playing Alabama for the third year straight? I think they need to add more teams. I said for the past 2 years, it's been other teams worthy of being in that playoff. I'm glad to see Georgia make it, but they got to play Oklahoma first. You know, Mayfield's on a hot streak right now, so you never know. But I'm tell you what though, the Big 12 really don't match up well with them schools that play defense real good. Cause in the Big 12, man, they be having some hell of a games, man. They be having some big ass shootouts, man. Having scores be in the 50s and 60s. I mean, to me, it's alright, but that ain't really what I call football. Cause it's hard to say the defense played a good game when they done gave up 50 points. Wow. Got a nice old little speed, strength, agility, acceleration. Alright. Logan Thomas from Virginia Tech. I ain't really got a lot to say about him, so I'll just talk about some other stuff. He went to a good school though. I like Virginia Tech's coach. Frank Beamer was a good coach. For a nice old little stretch there, Virginia Tech was very dominant, especially on defense. Oh, and I want to remind y'all again, if y'all have any players that y'all know that was nice in high school, man, give me their position, their name, height, weight, city and state, and school, and we go put them on the game. Like I said, what I can promise you is he gonna fall on a random team. Where he go is where he go. Remember, there are no seniors on the game and no red shirts. Man, drop my camera and shit. So like I said, I'm just trying to get my views up, get my likes up. Hit the subscribe button, man. Just follow me. We gonna make this happen. We creating high school seniors from the class of '99 all the way to the present day. We making a legends roster. Every team is gonna have high school seniors as they was coming out of high school, how much they weighed and their height. So like I said, there's gonna be players on here some guys have never heard of. That's because their career didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. But coming out of high school, especially if they was highly ranked, so we just go, like I said, we go get all the players that we can.